everyone, this is Suzmali again. And this video is basically just another quick video on based on what the last thing that I showed you in the previous video, which is about basically spotting trends. This here is on how to use the same Bollinger Bands to basically place your stop loss, because the problem that a lot of traders have is that they find themselves losing even with good strategies because they tend to cut their wins short and let their losses run because they keep on adjusting their stops, in an inconsistent way, which always leads to them having bigger losses, undetermined losses, and it brings in a lot of emotion, basically leading to their demise in the market. So the only thing that you have to do, well, one of the only things, the most important things rather, that you have to do is that you need to have a solid way in which you place your stop loss to prevent you from having your emotions kick in and basically cause your demise. So if I'm going to basically show you how to add your stop loss in two ways. First, if you're going to trade reversals, like how I showed you in my first free video lesson, go check that out if you haven't. You want to basically use the outer Bollinger Bands to place your stop loss. So let's say, for example, we were taking a trade here, right? Again, if you haven't seen the first video, you won't understand why we take the trade here. But let's say we do take it here, right? You want ideally your stop loss to be on this Bollinger Band, right? So you know that if the chart is to reach this Bollinger Band, you're automatically to take out your trade because it renders this information invalid, right? And so you'd place it, but then you see this is a more dynamic form of a stop loss, because as the chart moves, the Bollinger Band moves with you. But then, however, you want to set it at your entry point. So let's say you took your entry on this candle. Ideally, you would want your stop loss to be somewhere around here, right? And you take profit. But then you see now, as you take profit, I'm just showing you how I do it. Where I set my take profit is when the chart exits the lower Bollinger Band, the opposite side Bollinger Band to where I took my trade. So for me, that would be here. Once this here is closed, this way I would take my profit. I can select this or something. You see, so if you look at where my entry is over here, I have quite a good, ratio. But then this is quite very like abstract. It isn't anything to base your trading on in terms of my take profit, because ideally your take profit should be no less than 1:2 to your stop loss. That's a good ratio, so but basically this is how I would set my stop loss, and yeah, it's basically so that you know what your stop loss is based on, the outer Bollinger Band, and you know that no matter what's happening in the chart, your stop loss has to be on this Bollinger Band. There's no other way. There's no room for you to be adjusting it. You know that if the chart is to go over this band, that is a guaranteed out. You're out of the trade, and that removes that element of emotion that destroys a lot of traders. But this is one in many stop loss placement videos. So if it does not fit your trading style, in subsequent videos you will definitely find a method of placing stops that will work for you. So yes, thank you.